we got to move on because we got a lot to talk about. We're getting some more streaming stuff right now. I want to talk about HBO Max because, okay, we've been talking about Warner Brothers a lot and Discovery buying HBO Max and their woes with their financial problems because they bought it at a loss. Well, HBO Max just became the top, highest, most expensive streaming service out there. That's right. They raised their prices by $1. Now they've overcome Netflix to become the most expensive streaming service. And here is what the news says about it.
HBO Max is increasing its monthly price to $15.99 from $14.99 today, the first uptick in pricing since the streaming service launched in May of 2020. The move vaults the Warner Brothers Discovery streaming into the #1 spot in the price rankings, ahead of Netflix, whose most popular subscription plan is $15.49.
Yeah, and then the WB also announced these plans for this new company, like a new streaming service. It's going to be called, well, as of now, it's just called Max. That's what they're saying. It's going to be Discovery and Warner Brothers together will be just Max. And this is kind of what more they said about it, comparing the prices between other streaming services.
Warner Brothers Discovery has not announced any pricing plans for HBO Max when it merges with Discovery Plus in the spring. The combination is expected to be accompanied by a rebranding, with the HBO name reportedly likely to be removed in order to increase mass appeal. Apple TV Plus just phased in a 40% hike, while Disney Plus jumped from $8 to $11 a month in December, as the company rolled out an advertising-supported tier. Netflix has implemented 3 price increases of its standard plan in the U.S. since 2017.
Yeah, so you look at that and you look at how much they have actually increased their prices, Netflix, over and over and over again. Hence, Netflix has had a lot of problems because people have been pissed off between the password sharing shit and then now the prices keep going up. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't know how it's gotten so expensive. We just had Jacob Roland on here not too long ago, and Jacob still gets DVDs. I'm like, I didn't know that stuff still existed. He still gets DVDs. But Netflix, like every service is going up. HBO Max, this is their first time. They said that they had a year where they guaranteed the price wouldn't go up. That year is gone by now. Now they're increasing their prices. I mean, of course, we're talking about a premium service. So does this premium price match this premium service? What do you think about that, Sabrina?
I mean, honestly, it's $1 more. Like, it's really not that big of a difference. And also, they're like, oh, it's the most expensive platform. But Netflix most popular subscription is $15.49. So it's 50 cents more than Netflix. I mean, let's stop being so dramatic about it. I think they're making a big deal out of nothing. Like, calm it down. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's 50 cents. And they raised it $1. Like, if you think about it, that's $1 a month. Like, how many times you go to Starbucks? It's $1. One latte is $5 if you go. I think it's even more than that at Starbucks. So have one less latte and watch your shows on your streaming network or whatever the fuck. It's ridiculous. They're making a big deal out of nothing, I think. I mean, I think it is expensive.
They would like you in the marketing department.
But
they would like you in the marketing and advertising department.
I'm just saying.
It's only $1.
It's $1. Like, who gives a fuck about $1? I mean, over the year, it's $12. I mean, is that really going to kill anybody? No. And they're like, it's the most expensive. It's 50 cents more than Netflix. Like, rein it in.
Yeah. That's what everybody's saying.
Going up $1, like, that's the least raise in prices of anything this year. Like,
yeah.
Everything has gotten fucking crazy. Like, so, yeah. Who gives a shit? This Chicken Little, like, oh, the most expensive. You're right on with that, Sabrina. And I mean, in terms of content too, I really feel bad about semi shitting on HBO earlier.
No,
because
you
I
didn't.
think that their hit ratio at this right now at this moment in time is better than anybody's. No question. Yeah. I feel better about giving them $15.99 than I would, I think, giving Netflix $7.99 at this point, just in terms of the content that they're putting out.
Yeah. I'm ready to cancel Netflix.
They have
at this
a lot
point
of really
too,
good original shows. I'm sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
I've been ready to cancel Netflix at this point too because of how the prices keep going up, and I feel like the content's not where it's at most of the time. So, and they bring out like a lot of shitty movies. Like I watch them, and I'm like, why did I watch this? You know, what was that movie called, Sabrina, that we just watched? The one with Simon Pegg.
Oh God, Inheritance.
Inconceivable. Nope, that was totally wrong. Inheritance. Inheritance. And like Simon Pegg's like kidnapped in a basement with long hair. He's like a murderer and shit. I'm like, Simon Pegg? Of all the people you're going to cast him? Then you have this little CW bebop, teeny bopper girl. I don't know.
That's Lily Collins. She's a
See,
very
don't
good
use
actress.
that.
She was
I
in-
think
she
you
was
should-
actually
I think you should rebrand. I think you should rebrand your show. CW Bebop with Brian.
I actually worked with Lily on Mank, and she was very nice. So I shouldn't even say that shit. She was very nice.
Yeah,
She
and
was
she's a
very
good
kind-hearted
actress.
soul.
I didn't
Yeah.
buy her being like a 35-year-old lawyer with a 6-year-old kid who's married. Like she looks like
Yeah.
she's 20.
I didn't
So
buy
that was
Simon
weird.
Pegg
The
as a
whole show
murderer.
was I know that it was very unbelievable. That whole movie sucks. But the only
But-
thing they really have going for them is the Ryan Murphy deal. Like Dahmer and The Watcher were the only series like in the past year that I gave a shit about on Netflix, honestly.
Stranger Things still, but that's almost done.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things. That's true. But they milked that out over like 75 years already. It's like, I mean, drop it and then
you
get
can
it
tell.
again when it's over for 1 month. Watch them all and then drop it again. Fuck it.
You can tell that show was supposed to end. It was supposed to end, and they had the whole ending for like 3 seasons. And then Netflix is like, we want 5. And the creators are like, you want same thing happened when, like with Game of Thrones. They're like, you want 5, but we didn't plan for 5. And so then all of a sudden they're making shit up that's like filler in the middle seasons. And now we're getting to the end, which is actually supposed to be how it was supposed to end with 2 and 3. But they milked it out to make it 5. Which it shows, that season 2 wasn't as good.
You know how this works, Brian. This is American TV. I've said it a million times. It's the smartest thing I've ever said. You don't turn off the money machine.
Yeah, I can't do it. Can't stop, won't stop.
Can I ask you guys not to pivot? But this gives me a strong kind of reaction. How do you feel about the branding switch from because okay, it was HBO, whatever the previous service was called, then HBO Max.
HBO Go.
Now it's HBO Go, HBO Max, now just to Max. Like that's a massive branding shift to me.
Yeah, to me, getting rid of HBO seems like a problem. It seems like a bad idea. To me, HBO is the brand, and it's been the brand for years.
What does that brand mean to you right now? That they're willing to I mean, I don't know because on one level it speaks of comedies that are too smart to be funny. Like that's happened to me with some shows. Although mostly, I'm on board with that kind of thing.
To me, the getting rid of the HBO thing is a problem because if you get rid of HBO, it's like what it's been for years. I still feel like that's their brand. But they are like Mike's saying they're shitting on it.
That's the continuous thing. Like, I mean, when I was a kid, like the Tracy Ullman show was on there, Dream On was on. Like, I mean, HBO has been a staple for, I mean, I don't know how long, but I've been alive. I'm not going to say that. Never mind. It's been around for a very long time. And if you're going to drop the HBO Go, I just think the HBO, I think it's weird. I think you should drop the Go or the Max. But now that they're merging, I don't know what they're going to, they said they're going to drop the HBO and call it some conglomeration of everything else. Yeah, I don't care for it at all. I think it's stupid, but I mean, everyone who has it, people who already have it are going to just switch over to the new one. So it's not. I don't think it's going to really matter that much, but I do think it's stupid.
Yeah, what you were saying too. It's like it really does. It means like the HBO brand means shit to them, pretty much.
I know, and that's the longest lasting.
Yeah, and now that we're trying to shit on home box office. But the thing is, we have been, and because we've been for a while. That's just what it is. Because they've been going through so much shit, they can't get their ducks in a fucking row. But hopefully, it'll change now. I mean, we keep saying you got new leaders, you got Zaslav in charge, you got James Gunn in charge. You hope that they were able to steer the ship in a new direction, but we'll see. But yep, there we go. $1 more for HBO Max. What do you think about that? Is it worth it to you, or are you gonna cancel your service? You'll probably pay it. Moving on. We're going to move on to our next subject.